Hey guys, and welcome back to the Interceptor. So today we're here with Season 21 Wars, trying to get all caught up, and this is going to be War number 8 against Marvel Contest, or I think it's pronounced GALLE is the way their tag is, but it's all like a bunch of new symbols, so not positive. We're scouting at the map. I'm going path 4, section 1, over to path 7 because they have a domino on that node. And normally I take Doom when he's on kinetic transference, powerful from afar, or power from afar. Excuse me, I think it's powerful from afar. But I'm actually not able to bring magic this war. Honestly, I probably could have. With you guys will see how the fight goes that I'm using Void for. And I really didn't need the Killmonger synergy, but it's just there to be safe. Like the Hood synergy with Ghost, as well, when you're not facing crazy power gain champions. Alright, so we're taking the team of Warlock, Void, and Killmonger. Killmonger's, of course, here for the synergy, but my 6 stars rank 2. So if I really wanted to take a fight with Killmonger, for example, I could have very easily taken this fight right here, this Medusa with Killmonger, and it would have gone perfectly. I have no doubt. But we're going to take this fight with Warlock, and it's really not that hard of a fight on this node. So only 108k, and I'm already boosted up. I edited out the part I was boosting. But yeah, we boosted up, and we're just going to go with a little bit of a parry heavy. I think I don't get my first parry because she doesn't hit into me. She just throws a heavy, so we're just going to counter it. There is running on fumes on this node, and there's also the steady build-up Fury, which means that if you have 3 or more debuffs on you on any time until they expire to 0, the opponent is going to, I think it's double, it might be triple, their attack rating. I think one time I get my heavy parried because I'm slow in this fight, but I think that's the only time I mess up. So I do notice this person is running willpower, so I am able to throw this L2 really nice. And the fight's going great so far. I'm at 100 and she is at 55. But right there, I don't really know what happened. So let's just go back just a little bit. So right here, I went for a heavy. Apparently I was late. And I got hit a few times. And then I also get hit by the second hit of the heavy, trying to counter her heavy. Normally I counter it after she goes for her first hit, so I don't really have the timing down for countering the second hit, which is why obviously I wouldn't counter the special one like that with the heavy for the same reason. But right here, she only has 2 Furies, so even if she gains 3 during the special attack, she can't auto block until after the special attack's over, because it would have to be the second hit that would get parried. But that obviously can't happen if the second hit's already been landed. So there we go. That fight is over. Of course, Warlock is not the best option in hindsight. Even with the team I used, both of the other champs probably would have done better. But I don't really need Warlock that much this war. I think he only has 3 more fights, so I really don't need him. And this is going to be a Clairvoyant on this node, and the reason they place her here is because throwing the L1 inflicts 3 bleed debuffs. I don't really know why I threw heavy there. That was kind of dumb, but I think the point was that I was just wanting to parry as much as I could to get those defensive charges. But I don't actually think she's a defensive champ, so that was kind of dumb. But now you see she has her passive Fury. We're going to try to bait out L1s just because the bleeds are not going to be doing anywhere near as much damage as the willpower heals, even when she has that Fury. So right now we're just going to dash back and chill because she's dying fast. And this really is just not that hard of a fight. So we do get our debuffs up. And also, right before this war, I took my Void to Sig 200. So going into this war, I wasn't taking Thing Bosses. And then I took a look at the 5 stars I had, and I said, there's really no one else in the game that I would have any reason to take the Sig 200 after Void. That had anything to do other than prestige. Like, there's only one 5-star champion in the whole game that would increase my prestige right now, and that would be Doom. And I have enough Mystic Stones combined with my generics that I'd be able to max him out. So that's completely alright. So now we're going to Encroaching Stun Tigra, and of course the best counter to this fight is Human Torch, because you can Quake it. We have done it in the off-season, Quaking Tigra on this node, but it's just a little awkward because both of her mediums are double attacks. It can get a little, I wouldn't say difficult, just Like, you have to parry a lot. It's just awkward is probably the best way to describe it. So yeah, we're going to be throwing on the tech boost as well, and the only reason we're doing that is for our next fight. In hindsight, completely like a huge waste, but that's alright because we don't need tech boost that often. We only need it for boss fights with Ghost. Oh yeah, a few other things. As you guys saw last war, we used Ghost for every fight. But yeah, using Warlock against Encroaching Stun is just a great option almost every single time. And the reason for that is there's so much power drain that even though Tigra has these long specials, it won't really be an issue. And Warlock specials are just so damn long that it doesn't matter when you throw them. It's just going to work out. So I could have probably thrown that like 2.5 full seconds earlier, and it would not have mattered. We did get beat up a little bit in this fight, and that's just going to cost me a few potions. But that's just because Tigra is stupid. That's the only reason. And then 1 L2 kills. I could have played that fight way better, but I also could have played that fight a lot, like, way worse. So 9 hits, really not ideal to take, but the fact is, probably would have taken me about, I don't know, like 14 hits to die. I would have had to take a combo and probably some more. So we're just going to heal up here, and I needed, I don't know why I waited there. I probably could have gone up right away. But I was actually able to finish all of my fights except for the boss on the first night, which is really good. And then we have Spite Powerful from Afar here, and I don't think I'm going to use Invulnerability Boost. I do use Invulnerability Boost. Okay. Maybe not the best choice with this being a 565. With a rank 3, I would definitely use it. But with a 565, there is a hard 0% chance that this would ever kill me with an SP3. And she only gets to an SP3 if the defender did not place with willpower, which this person did. So we're going to be power draining whenever stun goes on, or we throw an L2 and we get the armor breaks. So I'm really not concerned at all about power in this fight. You see I am hitting a lot, and she's actually not going lucky too often. I think she's going to get it right here, though. Yep, there we go. And then we're just going to throw an L2 because it's going to power drain even if she evades and blocks the rest of it. Hits aren't going to kill me, so I'm not too concerned. But yeah, we're going to finish off this fight with 77%. And the tech boost did give us a second special too, which I guess was helpful, but nowhere near required. So 46 hits. And now we'll go into... No, Warlock has 2 more fights. Okay, so Warlock had... At the time I was saying that earlier, Warlock had 4 more fights, not 3 more. So now we have this Blade on Aspect of Evolution, Kinetic Transference. In my honest opinion, Warlock is the #1 option to this fight in the game. I've also taken Blade on the first node, which has a resistance to power drain of 90%. And it works exactly the same. It's the exact same fight, basically. It's just a little bit longer because you have to bait out maybe one more L1 the entirety of the fight, which means 10% more block. One more parry, which is 10% power gained by them. So really not much, and we're just melting this Blade here. Power's not an issue whatsoever. We're getting that parry heavy in. See, only 6 hits into the fight. He's down to 28%. So we're just going to do a 5-hit combo, 1 L2. Easy 19-hit KO. Oh, 20 hits technically, but still. And then we're going to go up to the mini-boss section, and we're going to have... we're going to have this Namor, and this is just on Enhanced Regeneration, Unblockable. Really not much to say about this fight. This is a horrible, horrible placement on this node. There are a few defenders that are at least semi-decent here. Those defenders being Man-Thing. This is actually the node Man-Thing is best on in the game because you're forced to use either a Warlock or a... I guess Magic can also take it, but the most common counter is Red Hulk. But that fight goes down in under 30 seconds, so very, very clean fight. So now we go to the boss, and I was pretty nervous for this because I've never taken a Thing boss. I've never even dueled it correctly because I don't have the right star level to have the right ratio with a boss. But what I had a pre-fight going in. I had the Mr. Fantastic ones, and my game plan was just to reparry every single hit. So my goal for this fight was to have 0 hits the entire fight, not be reparries. So there you go. That was a 2-hit combo of reparries, and definitely later on we have like 4 or 5 hit combos of reparries, so that's pretty nice. But the reason we're doing that is just because the main thing that is like a huge problem. There's 2 big problems with taking Thing on this on the boss node with Void, and those are getting pushed back because you can't keep the rock stacks and the special balance correct. And then there's also having the trouble with him being indestructible all the time. And when you're repairing with Void, you never have to worry about him going indestructible. So we're just going to do our best to keep him in the corner. Only let him throw special attacks when he's at the 15 rock stacks, or if I know that he is close to next bar power and close to the 15, then I'll let him throw it. But yeah, so far we've missed 0 parries in over a minute. We're going to activate Dex a few times here, but I'm not too concerned about that, as we've almost got 2 full Fear of the Voids up. We Dex that L1 without, or we dash back and evade the L1 without triggering Dex, and then we hit a really nice intercept there. If he had thrown the special one there, it would not have been a big problem, because he was at about 0.4 bars, and a full 5-hit combo would put him to just barely over a bar of power. Bait out of the L1, his rock stacks are all gone. So now he's at 7. I'm going to get him to throw this L1, and then I'm going to do a shortened combo right here, and I'm going to be tapping block. So the one thing that could have gone wrong in this fight is that he could have thrown that L1 there, but there's actually a strategy called block tapping. So it sounds weird, and it's something that if you're not familiar with the strategy, you would have no clue. But basically, I do it again right here. So what I'm doing is it looks like I'm dashing back and holding block. That's actually not what's going on. So what I do is I dash back after I finish my combo, and then I'm actually going to do like really fast taps on my block. And although it's technically possible, like right here, right there, I was tapping block like really fast, and it looks like you're just fully blocking. But when you're fully blocking, there's a small chance that he's still going to throw the special attack. But when you're block tapping rapidly, there's no chance. He will never throw the special attack into your block. So right here, I'm at 100% health, and I'm going to take that right there. That one attack is the one hit this entire fight that I did not get a repair. And I'm so mad because I was one blocked hit away from a flawless boss fight. And I fucked it up. But 98%, I can't be that mad about that. That fight took about 3 minutes. So that was great. But that's going to be the end of the war. I did solo this Thing boss, and that is going to make us 8-0 on the season, with me having a total of 3 deaths. My PSR is now going to be 57 out of 60, which is exactly 95%. No rounding up or down this time. But that's going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.